Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the Soviet Tier 8 Premium Tank Destroyer, the ISU-152k. Now if you did like the video, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe down below, as it really does help out the channel. And yes, the ISU-152k. We're here again on the free-to-play account playing this vehicle. It's a pretty damn nice tank destroyer, realistically. It's definitely a second line support tank destroyer, but you have a big whopping 152mm BL-10 cannon on this thing. It's the original cannon that used to be on the standard tech tree ISU-152, but then they removed it and rebalanced the ISU-152k to, no, not the ISU-152k, the ISU-152 to have a slightly lower pen gun. And then about 3 or 4 years later, PC decided to release the ISU-152 with the BL-10 as a premium tank, and then thus naturally we followed eventually, because that's the way it always rolls. And yeah, it's got this BL-10 troll cannon, as it was. It's got 286 penetration on the standard AP, with 329 penetration on the APCR, which means this tank realistically is the free-to-play account's dream, because it basically never has to fire premium, because the penetration 286 is utterly phenomenal, and you can just do stuff like that. You can just slap them for 750 alpha and have a good time. It's got pretty good camo on this tank, and with the setup I've got on this free-to-play account, I've got it down to 277 meters of still concealment, which is really nice. It'll help me stay stealthy through bushes and stuff like that if I have a good distance away. You got a 40km/h top speed in the ISU-152k, which is a little bit sluggish to get there because it doesn't really have as much engine power as the tech tree ISU-152k, and it's also not got that slightly higher top speed that the ISU tech tree has as well, and so it does struggle to get up to that top speed a little bit. High roll, by the way, on that ISU-101. I see you. That was nice. But yeah, we have that great penetration. We've got that 40km/h top speed, 448 meters of view range as well with the setup that I have on this free-to-play account. And that camo being at 277 is really, really healthy for the tank, and really helpful as well to stay unspotted in some stealthy situations. Armor-wise, this tank doesn't really have much. It has a very good gun mantler, which can bait shots and bounce shots off of. If someone shoots this and bounces off the front, most of the time they are hitting the gun mantler and will bounce because it is very, very good. But the hull armor generally isn't that great. So what do I run in terms of a crew and equipment on this ISU-152k? Well, I do run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Trap Mechanics, Steady Aim, Camouflage Expertise, Muffled Shot, and Clutch Braking, as well as the Advanced Loader, the Camo Net, and Optics. Optics to be able to actually spot for myself, because it is a blind TD, so I want to help spot for myself. Camo Net to get the camo down to that really good level. Advanced Loader to make the DPM as good as possible. The Trap Mechanic to put the tracks back on if they do get blown off, because we are a turretless tank destroyer, and that means that you will get killed. Clutch Braking, because we don't have very good track traverse, so I want to be able to turn to face my targets if I can. The Camouflage Expertise and Muffled Shot to make the camo as good as possible. The Steady Aim to make the accuracy 10% better, because you always want to try and do that. And the other perks are generally what you're going to take in general on this vehicle. And what I'm running on the free-to-play account is the same equipment. I do have the full equipment loadout, because I do tend to buy the equipment for the free-to-play premiums, because it's an investment for future, right? Because those premiums will earn that silver back quite easily. And then in terms of the crew skills that I have on these replays that you're seeing here, we have the Sixth Sense, Born Leader, Steady Aim, and Situational Awareness. And that's all we have for perks for this crew, because it's crew training for us. So it's crew training I think it's our one and only Soviet crew. So we've made sure that we've got better view range while we're grinding it, made sure we're 10% more accurate, we know when we're spotted, and just generally better in general with the Born Leader. So this first game here is on Cliff, and somehow we're surviving. We've got 347 hit points, and I'm like, oh, I'm dead. I'm so dead. We bounce the Type 61, and then physics has a moment we just drive out, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to derp this guy. He is stock. So he actually has the small gun, which means he can't kill us in one shot. So he's actually managed to bounce off us. He did hit our gun mantler, which is why he bounced. He's damaged our ammo rack. And free to play, we don't have a reusable repair kit. So our ammo rack is now damaged for the rest of the game. We're up to 4.2k damage with the 2 kills. And we're stuck with this utterly abysmal DPM now, because we don't have the reusable consumables. 26-second reload. That's terrible. That's dreadful. But that's the problem with the free-to-play, and that's the problem for free-to-play players, as we hopefully shut down this Type 61 here. You can see I'm just trying to make sure that we're guaranteed to hit him. Plus, I'd activated the hull lock by accident, which I don't normally have on. So that made that awkward. But yeah, that's the problem for free-to-play players, is the fact that they're limited to not having reusable consumables, because it costs too much money if you don't have a premium account to be able to run them. And that's pain. It should be like PC, as we finished the game there with 4.8k damage, the 3 kills, the first class, the high caliber, first class for 1979 base XP. The ace tanker on this ISU-152k is pretty high, because that'd normally be an ace in most of the tanks. But I digress. Yeah, the problem for free-to-play players is that because obviously they can't really afford to have full premium consumables, they're just never going to make money if they do that. And obviously being in a premium tank as well, I'm hurting my silver rates. So I only run the food as a premium consumable, because naturally the bonuses that you get from running food are massive. And they help you, especially when it gets me over that 445 spotting cap, up to 448 meters of view range. It's just invaluable, and obviously I can make everything even better by pressing B and boosting even more. It should be that the repair kits have the reusable consumable ability, just like the premiums, but just like PC, it's a 90-second cooldown instead of a 60-second cooldown like the premium consumables have. Because obviously the premium consumables are reusable after 60 seconds. So the 90-second cooldown will be enough of a difference to then be able to take the standard repair kits, which only, you know, instead of costing you the 10,000 silver that the premium consumables give you, which is 30,000 if you take all 3, it'll only cost you 1,600 silver for obviously the standard and the standard med kit and the standard repair kit, which is a big difference to your silver losses if it's only 3,200 silver for 2 pieces of consumables, as opposed to 20,000 silver for 2 premium consumables, right? And that would help a lot the silver earn, because you wouldn't feel like you have to take the premium consumables to be able to have that reusable ability. You could just take the standard, just suffer the extra 30 seconds in terms of the cooldown, and you'll be alright. And yeah, it's one of those things that, having played the free-to-play account especially, is like they really need to change that. And I don't know why they made it so the premium kits only have reusable and the standards don't. It just doesn't make sense, really. But anyway, we're on to the second replay, and the second replay is on Lakeville. We are on 4,000... 4,000? Wow, 4,000 in 2 minutes, that'd be pretty good, wouldn't it? No, 1,408 damage so far with 799 assistance, and we're currently just trying to work out what we want to do. We did get 1 or 2 shots on the cross of JK, and now we've noticed that the enemy team are progressing through the valley. The valley really needs some help, so we're going to get out there to slap some shells down range. And hello, Mr. Barask. 666, the number of the beast. And we killed the Barask just there, like that. Good night, Mr. Frenchie. And we've cut off that pesky little thing that was trying to get round our KTTS and hopefully try and get our artillery, is what he was hoping, but no, we're not allowing that. And we get our first kill of the game. We're just watching that corner for the medium tank to come round, and naturally, just as we're watching it, the car manages to get in the way. That's just sod's law, sod's law. The Canonian Jagdpanzer 105 shows a little bit too much. We get a little bit lucky with the snap as well, and the shot flies true, straight in, killing that German Tier 8 tank destroyer. Up to 2.4k damage, and I want to get rid of this Black Prince if I can, help this Kari out, because this Kari doesn't really have that much hit points. The Black Prince will struggle to kill the Kari, though, and, well, you know, he has near full hit points, but you know what I mean. I don't want him to take any more hit points away from him, because we'll need them all, because at the minute it's not looking good. We are penned into one area of the map, and thankfully, because the Kari managed to pen the Black Prince, we actually managed to shut him down as well for our third kill in 3,046. We've now got to set up and be ready in ambush for the enemy team progressing out of the town to come after us. We've knocked down the tree, which was a bad knockdown of the tree. I meant to knock the tree down a little bit more to the left, so I had some bush cover. And, oh, good night, Mr. LTTB. The shot flies true and shuts down the LTTB as well. Troll Cannon is not trolling today, and we're up to our 4th kill of the game. Yeah, I meant to knock that tree down a little bit more to the left so that we had better camo cover from it. But, yeah, I was an idiot and knocked it down a little bit too much to the right, sorry, and that means I'm not really getting any cover from it whatsoever. We put a shot towards the Goranich, but really bad aim, and sadly we didn't hit him. I was thinking he was going to keep moving and not stop, so I was trying to lead it so I could at least hit that droid. I mean, even you know, 286 penetration on this standard round is unbelievable, and that can go through the front of a Gornish anyway. It doesn't really quite have to hit the droid, but you always want to make sure you're trying to hit the spot where it's going to pen, right? Because the Gornish can be a bit awkward. He does stop still, which means we do have a free shot towards that droid, and the shot flies true and finishes off that tier 8 Soviet preferential heavy tank. 5 kills so far, 4.9k damage, and there's still 6 tanks left on the enemy team. We've got, what, 2 or 3 in front of us. There is 3 in front of us. There goes, well, make that 2 because the 1357 gets shut down. The Kari puts the T-43 down to a one-shot, and I am being careful because I don't know if there's anything still back there. And there we go, there's a Panzerjäger. Good night, Mr. Panzerjäger, as if by magic, and we get rid of that man as well. I was afraid that there was anything else towards the town. I might lose some hit points going after these guys, but with the Panzerjäger now dead, there's only 3 tanks left, and we're pretty sure that they're not covering these 2 here. So we go around the corner. It's like, hello, Mr. SMV. Just let me try and find your lower plate here. We're not quite getting the gun depression. And there we go. 286 penetration goes straight through that guy every time. And we're up to our 7th kill of the game. And the T-43 gets shut down by the Kari. Only 1 tank left on the enemy team, and it is that guy down there. You can see that the awkwardness of the 5 degrees of gun depression this tank has was a little bit awkward there for us on that ridge line, but it's not going to help. It's not going to be too much of a hindrance here as we managed to get over, get the shot into the stern Tiger P, and we just secured, only just about secured our 8th kill of the game, and finish with the victory, the 8 kills, the 6,083 damage, the 1,287 assistance, a lot of silver there because we completed an op as well. Ace Tanker, Radley Walters, Devastator, Top Gun, High Caliber, 2,458 base XP. A glorious game for the ISU-152k there. Our 2nd Radley Walters medal on this account, which is glorious. 8 kills is always amazing, and we got it in a very, very nice tank destroyer. I do love the gun on this tank. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Great success!